We're talking to Calvin.
We're talking to Calvin.
On the gram.
Now we're loud. Now we're like.
Oh.
Hey, welcome to Las Vegas. Welcome to Fire at Lytei, our media sponsor for the IALD Education Trust Blue Ribbon Bash.
Yes. This is our last day of the Blue Ribbon Bash season, as we like to call it this year.
The Blue Ribbon Bash doesn't seem to end. It is interminable.
Yes. But what we do need from everybody today is to help us support the ILD Education Trust.
Moolah, because there are some craps tables down there that I'm sorry. I mean, what I mean is, it is for the children.
It is for the children. And actually, look, what I said yesterday is take the money that you're going to gamble here in Vegas and make a real investment and support the trust and support the future of lighting education.
Send us a little money. Let's start with this. We've got
we upgraded our tech last night. Look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen out there, if you are to text to this number, you will find a lovely way, very convenient, only minutes in the making, a donation to I'm going to go past that camera.
Stephen is going to make it kinetic and activated.
Yes. If I did this.
Oh, they can't read it when you do that, slowly back and forth. So it's like kinetic and activated.
Like a crawling thing.
There you go. No, not like that. Like slow.
No, I know. No, I'm doing that.
Oh.
Right.
And then I'll do this like woo, woo,
woo. And then around.
See,
please,
doesn't that make you want to give? It's like we're hypnotizing you.
Okay, now we're going to
support
perspective
the trust.
Dimensional medium.
You want to support the trust. You're feeling generous, and you know how important the future is.
So you know what I was thinking about this morning?
Oh no, I was thinking. I know some of the things you were thinking about this morning.
No, you were thinking about. What I was thinking about was the multi-layers of the lighting industry and how it has become far more sophisticated. There is a lot more need for trained lighting designers, and we just don't have a big enough population of people up and coming to join the lighting profession, especially our beloved lighting design profession.
Really? You were just thinking that this morning? I think that like every day.
But I was thinking about it specifically when I saw my friend Ed Bartholomew here, and he's going to come on and tell us a little bit about his thoughts about education. But we are trying to build a much bigger tent, and we're trying to reach out to a much bigger audience and introduce them to the notion of maybe being a lighting designer. So you vamp, and I'll go get in.
Oh, thanks, Stephen. Well, that's an interesting request. But as Stephen said, he's gonna bring a guest here for us. But everybody knows how important it is that we have incoming talent. And actually, later today, I'll be talking with
standing honor here.
Yeah, in a second. I'm your mic. No worries. I'll be talking on a wild panel actually about increasing the pool of lighting designers and bringing in more diversity too. So it's like we are really trying to grow the pool of lighting designers just across the board. And that's part of the Trust mission as well. Mm-hmm. So, hey, welcome. So good to see you.
I think we had you live in person. And where were we?
New York City.
New York City, yeah. And I think in New York City, I mentioned something about access, to historically black colleges and university. I could confidently say that Morgan State has a course, and it was through the Knuckles Fund, actually.
Right.
But has been very successful.
And you're very much involved in that.
I am a teacher.
Personally involved. Yes.
So we're expanding that. We're actually looking at, we're actually in conversations with Howard University.
Outstanding.
And so we would love to have even more HBCUs.
What's the team name at Howard?
I do not. Oh, the Bison. Aren't they the Bison?
Go Bisons. Go Bisons.
I think the plural of bison is bison, Stephen.
What?
It's not bisons, it's bison. It's go bison. The plural of bison is bison.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I mean, we're all here. We're all here for fun facts at the Blue Ribbon Bash.
Is two bisons, so I guess you don't need the S at the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bisons. It's bison.
Looking at words in these ways.
Well, I mean, we try to entertain, educate, and inform here at the Blue Ribbon Bash. This is what we try to do.
Has bison ever been on Wordle?
I don't know. Not when I've played.
It's 5-letter word.
No, because it would have none of my first letters. It would have none of my first word letters, and then I would be like, "Oh, dang, what's my second word?" Yeah. And then it would have two of my second word letters.
I just get lost.
Yeah,
but we digress.
Yes. If you're a Wordle player, you should definitely be giving to the
This will
trust
be
because we
edited.
share a kinship. No, this
you're
is all
going out
live.
live.
This is
You're
all
going
live.
out
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, no, we like to divert. We try to like form bonds with our
Rebel
audience.
is a major sponsor of the Blue Urban Bash, actually. So
What we like to say, well, they would probably sue us for saying that, but what we like to say is, as fellow Wordle players, you may want to join us in supporting the trust.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I do think that,
trust is a 5-letter word.
trust is a 5-letter word. My goodness, Stephen, we're trying to move on.
I'm sure it has been.
It has 2 of the same letter, and that makes Wordle players very angry.
I know. It does. So let's hear more about Howard University and what your next steps are there.
So what we're looking to do, and what we did at Morgan is we did a survey class, and it was really successful, and the students got a lot out of it. What we'd like to maybe expand that now into a direct lighting class, really exploring daylight and lighting and all the components to it. But there's so much in lighting. If you think about all the different aspects, even if you walk the floor, you go from horticulture to
I know.
UVC
It actually kind of
to
blows my mind.
acoustics to everything that lighting is taking on. And it takes on more than one class can do that. So I think the opportunity is amazing. I think we need to expose more, people of color to these opportunities and get them early on. We're even looking at high school.
That's where you start, baby.
Yeah. So we're working. One of the groups I'm working with is Blacks underrepresented in lighting and designs, Build Up, and we've been reaching out to any folks we see on the floor and letting them know who we are and things like that. But as a group, we're very interested in how to work directly with high schools, working, doing workshops and things like that. So we're developing some curriculum for that as well. I want to give a shout out to Lauren Dandridge, who's
I was just about
She's
to
on that panel, and she's awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
So Lauren
Yep.
and Kate First, who's at Available Light in Los Angeles, they sponsor they're part of a summer camp.
Yep, that's
for
what I'm
Noma.
talking about.
Oh,
Noma, yeah.
then please do.
No, I just know Lauren's doing the summer camp with Noma, and she put in a lighting module.
Yeah, it's
and,
awesome.
and it's continuing on. So, and we definitely need corporate sponsors to keep that one going. So that we could expand that beyond LA and actually do it in other regions of the country. So
I'm told Available Light is now a corporate sponsor.
Wonderful.
Just so you know.
Congratulations, Stephen.
that's wonderful. So yeah, there's a lot of different activities. We do need sponsorships because doing this stuff takes up a lot of bandwidth when we also have day jobs. And so we need some
day
support.
jobs.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, as far as social media and all the different efforts that we have to do, sometimes we could be a lot more effective if we had folks concentrating on those things.
Well, and what we need to be hearing from some of the people that you're bringing up so that they can apply for stipends, come to conferences, meet lighting designers and manufacturers.
Like
so
Nadia.
it is like Nadia,
yeah,
right?
Nadia's an amazing.
It's a big circle.
Mhm.
It's a big
Is
circle.
Nadia here?
Nadia is not here
How come she's not here?
because she has other things to do. She is going to be at Enlighten, however.
Okay. It would have been nice to have her here.
Well, it would have been nice for you to have your staff here.
Oh boy, it's getting tense here.
One of them who
Get
was
the
not
fire
here,
in.
she was sick.
Yeah.
So-
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Let's see her
Nadia is
Yeah.
covering for 65.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think this, at the end of the day, I think what we all know is there's so many efforts, there's so much work to be done just to get people into the profession from there are so many pathways that we really haven't been able to get to just because we need more resources across the board. And I think that's a lot of the work that the trust is doing. I think for the trust to start looking into how do we sort of work on those more diverse pathways from the trust standpoint, I think is something that we want to look at too, and sort of do some outreach to some of the HBCUs and things like that too. So I think that's our.
And I just want to give a shout out. It's great to do the effort for pipeline. I think pipeline is important. One thing we look at is inclusivity as well, and making people feel welcome. Having them come to shows, having them be a participant in committees, helping them, do those things. And it takes money and it takes, resources to do those things.
Yeah.
So we want to see more, folks, on committees. We want to see them participating, more of them at the table. And that's important because I'm getting old. I'm tired of doing that stuff.
And I think too, and seeing them in the manufacturing community as well. And so I think we want to
There's
speak
a lot
to.
in the manufacturing right now. If you walk the floor, you'll see that there's some industrial designers. There's a gentleman, I forgot his name, at Bach Lighting, who's a new industrial designer, Zindra at ALW, industrial designer, designing lighting. So there's some wonderful people who are doing some exciting things, and we need to amplify them and to celebrate those.
Cool. Well, so you're hearing why it's important. So reach in to your pocket, find a way to, I don't know, get on a phone or computer and give. I'm pretty sure that it's on the screen somewhere, and it's easy because all you have to do is click and give. So we need you to give.
The phone number to text right here.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see that. This might be too far away.
Or
Mario,
I have the computer way.
All right.
I think Mario's got it on the screen for us because he's awesome.
He's looking out for us.
All right, cool. Well, thanks so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thank you.
everything.
So good seeing you.
Yeah.
So appreciated.
Indeed.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Cool.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah. And, I think Edward's a great example of the people that just do like so much work. They always say, like, if you want something done, give it to a busy person.
Right.
There's a perfect case right there.
There it is.
You're
I
not
do
busy,
wonder
are you?
how he has time getting all his work done with all that he's doing in our community.
For sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So we need more people in our community to be able to do more work so that this industry can grow. Because, I heard about the attendance numbers for Light Fair this morning, and it's excellent news because that just means like industry's strong and it's growing. And I heard that 3,000 people registered in the last 3 weeks for Light Fair. Yeah.
Wow.
So that to me was just amazing news.
And in fact, for those of you not here, it has been we didn't really know what to expect when we landed in Las Vegas and we came through the front doors of this brand new convention center designed by an IALD lighting designer. And there are people everywhere. It is really crowded. There are lots of happy people. There are lots of happy manufacturers here. And it feels like we're slowly elevating back to where we were in the industry. And that is really darned exciting.
And as part of that, it's time to kind of get back in that rhythm of, I know that there are a lot of people who, have kind of put like a lot of parts of their life on hold. I know a lot of people have kind of like annual giving plans, just as part of their like yearly cycle. If yours kind of slipped away.
We'd like to be back on that plan.
Yes, please consider the future of the lighting profession. And, we like to, this is, we're part of the ILD. So we talk about lighting design a lot, but I think what's interesting when we learn about like who's received stipends in the past, like some of them have gone into manufacturing, some go into research, and these are all parts of our industry that are so important. And so we just need to make sure that we sort of fill the whole pipeline.
Right. And, this is actually a different kind of donation. We are, of course, a charitable organization and is tax deductible. But it is a donation to your own well-being. It's to your own industry. And without that, we cannot continue to grow and flourish together. So there's the money you give to many other causes, and yet we need your money for this organization so that we can continue to grow. In fact,
there's a guy who sort of started a whole bunch of stuff. He won't give us a whole ton of time, but here's one thing that we just want to put out there. Even if you're younger and you think like, I can't afford to give a whole lot, I would just ask if you can consider giving a little bit and just being part of the community that gives to the trust. Actually, somebody from our team at Darklight actually did give during the awards broadcast. He did dare Stephen to turn his hat around. But it was super gratifying just to see a younger generation join in to be sort of part of the community of giving, even at a small level. Just that everybody's kind of giving what they can. So please give. Hey, you.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hey, look, you didn't even sell me this ribbon, but I have it anyway. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I'm just noticing that my friend Chip doesn't have a blue ribbon on.
Hey, it's about time somebody made Chip fork over some money for a blue ribbon. This is like my moment.
This isn't fair.
This is my moment.
Down.
I know. Somebody's shaking down Chip Israel for some money for a blue ribbon, everybody. This is like a moment right here. It is payback. There we go. Oh, hey, he's feeling like a big spender for that ribbon. Blue ribbon for Chip. Oh, and he gets an extra large blue ribbon. Yeah.
All right. So the money I've gotten is in this pocket. I got to keep it from my own.
Yeah. Stephen's he's not blending funds. Trust us.
Yeah. Trust pocket, and I got nothing for cab fare.
They should all be in the same pocket. I have a car. I'll drive you to the airport. How's that?
That's fantastic.
So
Thank you.
more.
I will.
See, Chip's always working it, and you've been working it for the trust for a long time, and we totally appreciate that.
Now I'm old, so it's your turn. So
Yeah, well, here I am.
Here I am.
We're going
So
we're going
tell us-
multimedia.
Tell us if you're having trouble finding people to bring into your company.
as far as hiring new
Yes,
staff,
hiring
it's
new
always a challenge,
Yep.
and it's a very challenge because we're losing educators at the same time as they retire or
Yep.
move on to other fields. So there's less and less traditional programs that people can learn about lighting. So we're also expanding and looking at interior designers, landscape, theatrical people, and trying to bring them and teach them more of the architectural
Yep.
engineering. But the students are our future, so that's why we got to support them and the educators so they have the tools that they can, I'm going to say, give these people the best education possible. So it's our number one goal is to hire and to retain the staff members.
And also to have people to teach that staff.
Correct.
So
Which
in fact,
might
we
be
were
why the work
talking-
of the trust is so important.
Yeah, we were just talking to Edward, and he was talking about how he's been trying to build the HBSCs to get more, to open our tent and get more people in the pipeline, and that all takes money.
Right. And I think the biggest thing to remember is that lighting designers probably do 5% of the overall projects.
Right.
Just imagine if we did 10%,
We'd
we would have to
slammed.
double the number of staff members. And that creates opportunity for young people to move up in the firms, to start their own firms.
Yeah.
So it's really an unlimited potential career opportunity for people.
We are a growth industry, and you heard it here first, right here on the Blue Ribbon Bash with Chip Israel.
Yes. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for being here, Chip.
Thanks, Chip.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We got to shake down Chip. Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for bringing on
Yes.
our next guest.
supposed to be asking?
We're going to call you
Yes.
Guillermo.
Yeah.
Andrea, come in the middle
Yes.
here.
We're going to have Andrea on a second. I just
Andrea
have to
just
say,
walked by. Oh, there we
in like beautiful moments in my career was shaking down Chip Israel. Like the
And
tables have
Genesis Israel.
turned. It's a beautiful moment. Here's our next wonderful guest, my friend and my compadre, my compadre on the trust, the president of the ILD Education Trust, Andrea Wilkerson, and also in this amazing tie-in, former recipient of a trust stipend
And a scholarship.
And a scholarship.
and a scholarship. Yeah.
Two, kind of.
Yeah,
In a
kinda.
way, I would say.
Yeah.
It's like two scholarships.
It turns out it works. Look at this. It's amazing.
And before I let you speak, Andrea represents a little bit of what Chip was talking about. Andrea is not a lighting designer. Andrea is not an educator. Andrea is a researcher who helps develop new methods and research that helps us in our work. And all of it comes together: design, manufacturing, teaching, and of course, our own profession of lighting design. So tell us about what you're doing.
Well, okay, so I just want to know, did you and Sam coordinate on the colors?
No, but I did realize when I showed up today, it's like
It's like a
I am
green screen
kind
that's
of.
gonna disappear.
I know I am kind of Lytei branded just because it feels like it's in my soul now.
I just had to ask.
Yeah.
I just had to ask. And,
And I'm just going to the black. I just kind of disappear into the background.
yeah. See, so
I need
I,
a backlight.
thankfully, I'm not very fun. That's kind of the problem when you become like an engineer. It gets a little harder. So I put on the shirt to bring up the fun a little
You
bit.
kind of go with everything
Yeah,
now.
nice.
It's good. You got a little Lytei yellow in there.
There we go.
Yeah.
Coordinating.
Yeah.
So I see you bought a ribbon.
Yes, I bought a ribbon. So
Well
I'm
done.
a little afraid to put it on right now because I might stab myself
All right, well,
live.
you can do it off
So
camera.
I'm just gonna hold it.
Yeah.
But
We don't
that
wanna
would
see
bring on
blood
the action. I don't
on
know.
national television here.
And now we're gonna see if Andrea can
There's like
put
20
her
million
pin on
people live
without
streaming
stabbing
right now.
herself.
We're in Kathmandu. We are just everywhere. So tell us a little bit about the work you're doing now.
So with the trust.
Well, both
or-
with the trust and also professionally.
Okay, so with the trust, obviously as the president, and again with Jill, just
Jill.
working, and we have a great team. May's in the background right now,
Hey,
but
May.
it's critical to keeping us moving forward. So we're super excited to establish new rhythms. Light Fair, COVID kind of shook things up. We're here at Light Fair finally. So happy to be back at Light Fair. It's
Yay!
been way too long. Just so fun seeing everyone face to face, and just a great reminder of how important that is. And that's also why we think it's so important to get students engaged in this community.
Correct.
I love the people in the lighting community. I think they're wonderful, and they just need to interact with the students, and the students then can see how wonderful this community is, just beyond like profession, just the people are so
It's a whole
solid.
lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
It's a whole lot of fun.
in so many ways. So so super excited to start getting back to conferences, getting students engaged, helping, extend our reach. So extending it within the US, extending it internationally. Super excited about our new CEO, Christopher, that he's also going to help with that, vision of like, how do we expand sustainably the trust. So lots of conversations to be had, lots of change happening, lots of new rhythms being created, and things like the Blue Ribbon Bash, which is awesome. And thanks to, Stephen and Jill for all the work they put in.
Now,
And
we're just messengers.
yeah, they pull it off so seamlessly. I just don't know
Well, it's
how
our
they do
audience who pulls
We're
it off.
just here having fun, not gonna lie.
it. So then, when I'm not,
When you're not trusting.
volunteering
right?
for the trust, then I work for one of the U.S. Department of Energy National Labs, supporting the solid state lighting program, doing lighting research, and
Taking care of all of us.
getting out in the field, trying to help the industry push along the new technology, get it adopted, get it working, and get to still work with lovely people
Well, we
in the lighting
appreciate
industry. So
both all the work you do for the trust and all the work you do for the industry as well. You are
Same,
just one
same.
big supporter of all of us. So thank you.
well, thank you too. You started it, right? I'm just giving back a tiny bit of all I've received.
There are
So
a lot of people who
appreciate
have
it.
been through the trust and made it what it is today. So
yeah. Cool
lot of
to
people
just
to be
a little
thankful
part
for.
of it. Well, enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
And-
awesome.
Yeah,
We're so
thank
happy
you
to be
so
here.
much.
We'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, isn't she great?
Yeah.
I love her. I'm not gonna lie. I love so many people in this industry. I saw a picture this morning on LinkedIn of like Sam and Midori like giving their big hug because they'd never been in person before, and it was like this moment of like sheer joy, and somebody managed to capture it and put it on, and it was just like that's what I love about our
Especially over the
industry.
last 2 years, the number of people who have met over Zoom,
Yeah.
and now they're actually getting to see each other face to face.
Yeah,
It's
or if
so
you haven't seen each
gratifying.
other in a really long
Yeah.
time, like I've run into a couple people here where I just haven't seen them, and Life Fair is always like that. Like, you're trying to get through the floor, and like all you do is like run into people that you haven't seen.
It is a
since
little hard to
last.
like do your work, isn't
Exactly,
it? Yeah.
exactly. But I think now it's just especially meaningful because of how long it's been and just what it means to kind of have things coming back.
So if you are watching from home, it means you're not here. We're hoping you're planning to come to the Enlightens Conference, which is late September into the first couple of days of October in Palm Springs, California. And then
Palm Springs.
And then we'll be back at Light Fair in a very short time, back in New York City, right? Back in, are we back to May, or are we going to?
I think it's May. It's a
Yeah.
springtime thing.
So May is our normal show time for Light Fair, and we look forward to having you there.
Yeah. And we want to see you. So if you have seen us and you thought that, even if you thought I was like a corny, horrible ham, you could come up and say, hey, and just be polite about it. But like, we always want to meet new people and just like hear about what's going on with you. So if you say, hey, I saw you on the Blue Ribbon Bash, like, I'll totally high
Next
five
time,
you.
come on down and join us at the Blue Ribbon Day.
Exactly.
Let
Exactly.
your friends at home look at you.
But importantly also, be engaged with the trust, follow the ILD on all your social,
And,
give what you can.
and use this phone number to send a text to the trust. It is no muss, no fuss, very easy to do, much easier than it ever has been. Your smartphone's got all your data in it. You just hit that little button and send a little bit of money to the trust, and we would be forever grateful.
Because it's important. Because when you look around, all these people had to get into. I'm just looking around like, okay, there's 11,000 people at the show, is what I heard, right?
Yeah.
They all had to get here somehow. And, there's so many ways into this industry, which is part of what I love about it. When I tell people, like, how do you get in? It's like, you got to love light, first of all, which we all do. And I think that's part of what makes everything so fun. But, how do people get in, and how can we get more people in and sort of capture people when they're young, studying something that might be affiliated with lighting, but not necessarily right in there, or they might be a lighting student, and just get them to be in this environment and like really get engaged and like really have it capture them. And we've had some conversations with people who've received trust stipends, and they really do speak to the fact that it was like going to a light fair or to a light conference. It's like, yeah, and it was that moment where it's like, oh yeah, I totally want to do this. So it really does matter, and it really is important, and it's really super effective. So I think that's an important thing to realize too, is that the cost of sending a student to a conference or a trade show, it's very effective.
Sizable.
Yeah,
it is sizable.
It's a high impact. It's a high impact.
But if a lot of us give a little bit, it adds up very quickly. So please, please, please.
Or if you're a manufacturer and you're thinking,
or you're a Chip Israel,
yeah.
or Jill Cody, or Jill Cody, you can afford a lot.
Well, Stephen Lysa thinks so. Just because I bought dinner last night doesn't mean. But
yeah, dinner at Taco Bell. I take what I can get.
Hey, you know what? Like, if you don't buy the value meal, it can add up.
I know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But if you're a manufacturer and you have a marketing budget, we'd like you to also consider using part of that to support the trust, because I think being able to say out there, like, we support the future of lighting education, is really a marketing message that matters.
Which means you're supporting your own bottom line.
Yes, and it matters to your audience too. As a lighting designer, I really want to know who's supporting the trust and the future of lighting education, and so do people like me also. So I'm just gonna go appeal to craven capitalism here. I got no problem doing that, but it does totally matter. I think it's an important message to know who's invested in the future of our profession. I just think people need to start talking about it a little more. Like, I think we know, based on who our sponsors have been here, like who's invested, and they're some of the people that are there all the time.
Yep.
And
amazing repeats, and then some new people come up.
Yeah, and we'd love to have some new people. So that's kind of our message today from the manufacturer side, is who can step up and be a new supporter of the trust.
We need your help. We need you to tell your friends to help. We're all one big community. We need to come together.
Full show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jill?
What else do I got? What do you got?
I don't know. Have you just been to a Las Vegas show you want to talk about? Or been to O or
I did go to O actually like a month ago.
You did?
It was super cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not a theater person, so I'm always like super dazzled and amazed by everything.
Giant thing when it moves around.
Oh, they have like a rigging thing that like moves and spins at the same time, and it's like, oh, that's crazy.
And the lighting design for it is spectacular.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm always into theater stuff because I'm just like, oh man, like those people look really smart.
They are really smart.
Oh, they're all
just
really
like
smart.
all of you people are really smart.
Exactly. Smart enough to invest in our future. We don't have any jokes this time. I left my tiara at home because it was just too big to pack.
I know.
It always gets crushed in a suitcase.
Kind of low budget blue.
I know. We didn't have
a mimosa.
My clipboard. I know. I didn't have time. We had coffee. It was kind of like, we have this. Which is the other camera on? I don't even know.
They're both on.
Oh, they're both
that
on?
That one and
we have this. I didn't bring my clipboard. I would love to have somebody mock my clipboard. I mean, that would have been fun. I would like to have the person who mocked my clipboard come by and make a big donation, but I will. If you want to come make fun of me for a donation, or I don't know, like,
we'd be happy to have you.
Do you want to see me dance for a donation? I'll do that.
Jill is up for anything.
I am happy to do not anything, but I'll do some pretty super stupid human tricks for donations to the trust.
She'll like go wild with her line weights on the next drawing if you just.
Yeah, well, I do that kind of by accident. If you ask my team, they're like, "Don't touch it."
Yeah, please don't
mess it up. Yeah, let us do that.
Stay away from the
computer. Yes,
exactly. Just come up with the big ideas. We got the rest.
Yeah, they like to put it nicely. They're like, you have a different skill set.
Yeah,
that's what they like to say. They're very polite about it all. They're nice. They're kind.
Well, we each have our place, right?
That's what they like to say. Sometimes they say it not so politely, like walk away from that.
So I think we need to talk to Sarah.
I do too.
Sarah,
join us. Your presence is requested.
And the reason I think we want to talk to Sarah, come between us,
darling. You have to come to the middle.
I'm in the blue bash sandwich.
So Sarah, this is Sarah.
Oh, it's a blue bash sandwich. That sounds like a diner special.
Sarah has a very interesting story. We've been talking about the width and depth of the lighting industry and how there are many places for many people. And Sarah's a very good example of that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about where you started and what you're doing now?
Oh, sure. So I started at Canon Design as an intern in the electrical department. When they said that they had a full service but didn't have lighting, I was like, guys, you need lighting. Do you know about this? So long story short, we started a studio there. I was there for about 16 years.
Wow.
And then I met Sam doing LD 2020, which if you haven't seen it, you should totally check it out. It's a gift to the lighting industry.
It is.
And I was like, who is this guy that in the middle of COVID sits on my front stoop and asks me to just pontificate about what I love about lighting? So I got bit by the Sam bug and then decided.
He's an infectious.
Well, it's contagious.
He's like Sam. Sam is like an infectious disease.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one that you're like, I
very
don't
best
mind
kind.
having. Yeah. It's like, I actually don't want to get cured of this. So anyway, I asked him what his plan was and what he was doing with his team. And he was like, well, I don't know. What's your plan? And then we decided maybe our plan should go in the same direction.
Yes, they should go like that. Yes.
So I decided to join his team, and now I focus on like education and community connectivity and things like this. So that's my
Which
story.
is, again, a gift to the lighting industry.
I think
And the
so.
fact that you have pivoted to do this and spend some time promoting for all of us, we're grateful
When
for
you
that.
guys were in our studio talking about stipends and people that went to Enlighten and things, I am one of those people too.
There
I don't
you
know if
go.
you know that, but
I was hoping we'd hear about
and
that.
I was a late blooming emerging. I emerged very late. I was clawing my way out, and they're like, "We'll still call you emerging." But yeah, somebody said you totally qualify for the stipend.
Yeah.
I had never been to Enlighten, and I have to say, don't be mad, life here. Enlighten is awesome, and it's such a cool.
They can both be awesome
Yes.
in their own ways.
Yes, you're right.
We go for ands, not necessarily ors.
Thank you. I love that. Yeah. And it's awesome. So it's another one. The focus is slightly different, and it's a lot of fun. And I connected with people, and I was like, this is my place. I love it.
And nothing wrong with plugging the IES conference.
No.
It has its own wonderful vibe about it. I love going there too.
Absolutely.
So it
And
is,
New Orleans is like, I don't know,
And
it's
New
going to be a
Orleans,
fun place.
yeah.
You know? So,
yeah, we'll have a few. I am not going, but we have, I think, 3 or 4 people going.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go.
Going to pick up a couple of nice awards. That's exciting.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm
And,
going in my NICLA capacity. So.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, how much have we won so far? I mean, I saw Chip pull something out. Was it a 50?
It was a 50.
It was
That
a
was pretty
50.
good. I know he usually hunts for hundreds in people. But
Yeah.
actually, when he held it up, it looked like, I'll show you the picture. It looked like it had a mask on it. It looked like he was a COVID president. And I'm giving him like, there's nothing wrong with this
It's the
100.
loan rate.
Thanks,
It's loan
Chip.
grant. Right.
Thanks, Chip.
Well, thank you, Mr. Grant, for being
Yeah.
here.
Well, I've been bitten by the Sarah bug. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on. I love it. Well, it's a light-eye bug is contagious. It's a strain that slightly adjusts and then, morphs in the lighting world.
I am in love with the whole Lytei team. I'm not gonna lie.
And-
I do have my favorites. Well, it's hard. Whoever's like, no, Mario. I know he's back there. He's like, me, pick me, and I'm like, well, I can't. I mean, she is standing right next to me.
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm right here.
I know.
You guys meet for the tallest, most brown-haired one.
Yes.
I think this is an opportunity to thank Lytei for giving us this
Yes.
space. Sarah
Um,
and Sam and Maddie and G and Mario. Did I get everybody?
Yes.
This is the heart of what we do.
Yes, and actually, it I'm gonna get a little verklempt because the generosity from the
Yeah.
Lytei team has been like just off the chain.
More
Really,
gifts
I
to the
mean,
lighting industry.
when we went to Denver a couple weeks ago, and we were in that studio, and the amount of work that you all had done ahead of time, just helping us
Impressive.
promote, the video bits that were put out, and all of that is just like that kind of just interaction with all these different groups. It's like that's what this industry is about. But it is a lot of work to support the trust. It takes everybody doing it, and that's what it just made me so happy and so grateful, honest to God, to just have all of that
Well,
support.
a good cause, a good cause gets people out of the woodwork. And
Yeah.
it is, I am, speaking of my journey, learning all about this industry and this half of it, because it's not really lighting design, but
Right.
so much happens behind
It's
the
another
scenes.
facet.
Yeah, but it is an important part of it. And
Very
I think in
important.
our digital world, it's
Yeah,
exciting
and
to
if
be
we don't
honest.
have people talking about this and pontificating writ large, we'll never grow the industry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the place to be.
So yeah, I can't say Lytei enough and thank them for their support enough. I'm not lying. And this is so fun too, to be out here and have people kind of milling about and
having a microphone.
yeah.
You were born for a microphone.
Yeah, you were born.
I do like to
I
talk.
think we're going
but I
to
do
get
like
their singing lesson.
I do love to just to talk about the how important this all is. I love getting to talk to people like you. I love getting to
And
hang
see,
out
you got
with
the
my
point down.
Well, I got yelled at a lot to learn how to get this right last
There's
time.
a lot to learn.
Yeah.
All the technical stuff that has to just be part of your body mechanics.
Yeah.
You just never think about it.
I love getting the, I love that my friend Steven, after he was voluntold, has continued on in his journey here.
I'm actually an embalmed representation of the old Stephen Rose.
This is a puppet.
Yeah.
I'm working over my foot.
And what I hope is that, somewhere out here, even though, we're a little bit removed, we're on the black carpet instead of the gray carpet. I just hope that, out here, something's happening out here with this today, and now we get to build on it. And, because as we talked about yesterday, we're having to kind of restructure, like everybody else, how we do fundraising. And so, we want it to mean
These
something.
moments are more important than ever.
Yeah. And so, you get to keep seeing us whether you like it or not.
Right.
So if you have
Come on
suggestions
down.
for our next bit, I can learn how to dance. If there's somebody that you want us to talk to,
We
let us
definitely
know.
have to get that TikTok thing going.
Oh yeah, Steven
Yeah.
and I.
We need.
I mean,
That's my exit.
Yeah. No, we're not doing it now, but definitely. We had a plan for a TikTok dance. We just have run short on time. But, that's something that we can do. We don't need to, be live. We
No,
have to record
no.
the TikTok dance because we'll mess it up, many, many times before we get a take that
The
works.
blue ribbon rumba.
Oh, it's not a rumba. You got to get on the TikTok and see what a TikTok dance actually is, honey.
You
No,
take a
TikTok
rumba
dance.
and you play it at 3x.
Oh, is
And
that what you do?
Why not?
Oh, that seems really hard. No, TikTok dances are like this.
Well, but people have more than arms. They got legs. They got hips. You gotta use
Well,
it
I know,
all.
but they do this.
Oh, so they go up and down and
They
move
do
their
this.
arms.
That's what a TikTok
That's
dance
so
is like
compelling.
this. Oh no, but you do it together.
Yes.
And and then sometimes you wear outfits and stuff. So I'm just saying, I had one picked out for us that looked like moderately rudimentary.
You have the perfect TikTok dance for us.
My daughter picked it. I'm not gonna lie. I have a 16-year-old who was more familiar with the
She
TikToks
should know.
than me. Yeah, I'm not really onto the TikTok machine, but she did find us one. So yeah,
So y'all have something to look forward to.
yeah. Or if you want us to do, another kind of stupid human trick, we can maybe work on that
We'll have to
too.
get some Oreo cookies out.
Yeah. So whatever it takes to support the trust, that we're down. We want you to be down for it too. So please, please, please support the trust.
Well, thank you all of Light Fair for having us here today.
Yes, and most of all, thanks to our friends letting us hang out in the fire den.
Why don't we do one more kind of plug, and then we can get Sam ready for the next thing.
I think we're close to out.
Yep, ladies and
we
gentlemen.
need one more. We need Sam to mug one more time, but he's too busy.
Well, you go grab
I'm gonna-
Sam, and I'm gonna come here to this camera. You can text to this number, and it's very easy to do. You just text Blue Ribbon 2022. That would be Blue Ribbon 2022. If you just text that little phrase to this fabulous number, you will find a wonderful way to donate to the Blue Ribbon Bash.
We're gonna have Sam help us wrap it up because this is his house.
Yep.
I was trying to play that song, that "Welcome to My House" song,
Center line.
but I can only find a country version. Welcome to Sam's house.
Welcome to the Lytei House, also known as the Fire Den,
Fire den.
home of lit conversations,
Fire
home of
Den? Fire Den,
Wolf
right.
Den, Bear Den.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think fire den's the right one.
I mean,
This is a cool place.
This is basically where we do cool stuff. This is where we show people we care. This is where we engage the community.
It's where we illuminate lighting.
I think one of the most important things about Light Fair, about this fundraiser, about what we're doing, is that we do it. We actually, and I'm dead serious. We spend so much time looking for opportunity. We spend so much time discussing things, evaluating what our next steps are, creating action item plans. But the two of you are doing it. We're all doing it.
We're all
Here,
doing it.
We're doing
We're
it.
all doing it.
And everybody that's doing it with us, whether you're tuning in, whether you're supporting the Blue Ribbon Bash, whether you're learning about the trust for the first time so that you can earmark it and go learn more about it later, you're awesome.
Oh,
But
thanks
not
for
as awesome
coming
as
in.
you. I just want to thank you so much.
Yeah,
You know how much I
Sam,
love
thank
you
you.
and appreciate it.
You betcha. This has been incredible.
This is the
Blue Ribbon
guy.
right here, ladies and gentlemen.
This is this guy.
What's up?
Oh wait.
I can't do that.
I
So
can do
what-
it.
What is it? So what are you?
Ready?
What's up?
What's up?
What?
Yeah, there you go. And in fact, it is Wednesday.
Yeah.
It is
It is Wednesday. Thank God. Why would
You
you
wanna
do
know-
Thursday?
And you know what's up?
What's down Thursday?
Tell me Tommy Thursday.
Tommy Thursday. Hey, look at that. There's Randy Reed. My agent will be calling you.
Chip just did that to me. I was like, selfie. He goes, no, call my agent. I said, does your bald spot have an agent?
Oh.
It's a very nice.
I don't have a bald spot.
No, you don't. You have a polished situation.
Cue ball, yeah. So anyway, I think we are done here.
That wasn't it? Because I thought our What's Up Wednesday
Yeah.
was the thing.
I think we're done.
We're done. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
We hope to see you on the floor at Light Fair next year, in Palm Springs for the IALD Enlighten, and in New Orleans for the IAS conference.
It's all about light. Stay lit.
Bye, everybody.
See ya. See ya.